Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. I hope you're having a good and glorious day. It is literally stunning outside. It is not a cloud in the sky. The sun is high. It is in the 30s, but man, what a beautiful, beautiful day. I hope if it's beautiful where you are, you're getting a chance to get out there and see it. I'm going to hop down and look at our comments real quick and see what's going on down there. So let me jump over here. Broadview Heights, hello. You're just north of me. I'm down here in Fairlawn. Galileo Smith. Actually, today's live stream is about setting up a YouTube channel. A lot of my people who comment and stuff want to know how to do this. So this live stream is about setting up the YouTube channel. If you want to have more spiritual questions of me, that'll be Friday night this week. I'll be actually doing the Live Loving live stream. That is where I just open myself up for an hour, and whatever you ask, I'm completely open to take on. Elsie, you're in Virginia. Hello. Larry in Iowa. Barbara in Vermont. Hello. Be gentle, giggle. Loaded diapers. I like the name. Let me jump back down. Washington State. And Rhonda, how are you? Bright Love, good to see you. I wanted to do this video because so many people have been asking, and during live sessions, people have asked me about how they want to start their own YouTube video. And I went out and I started looking, and most of the videos on YouTube are about marketing or how to get to grow it or how to get to the monetization. Very few people are actually starting with how do you actually technically, very simply and basically do a YouTube channel. So I wanted to do this just because I think some people really needed the help involved. So I'm going to jump over here to my desktop and just dive right in. And I'll get to, as we go along, we'll get to ask some questions. I want to show you some of the basic tech that you need to do something good and give you some examples of things to try. Also want to let you know that anything I talk about in this live stream is going to be listed in the description below the video at the end. Just completely open. Those are all Amazon affiliate links. So if you click on any of those links and do all your shopping, I get a small kickback from everything you buy after clicking there, getting there from one of my links. So I just wanted to say that. This will be available for replay, LC. It'll be there permanently. And I figure this is the greatest way to do this so that everyone will have the chance. Oh yeah, Larry, thank you for the 20,000 subscribers. Congrats. We're at 20,400 and we're rounding up on 500. I expect it will be in 20,500 by the morning. So let me just dive in here to my desktop. I want to show you something interesting here. So now if you look, I'm on my desktop here, and there's YouTube opened up, and here's me down in the corner here. This software that I'm using, if you have a Mac, this is called the Ecamm Live software. I'm looking at this camera now. See, there's my lack of professionalism for you. This camera is a camera that I'll talk about here in a little bit. This is actually a very, very, very inexpensive camera that I'm talking on right now, and available easily on Amazon. So if you're looking for, if everyone keeps talking about needing the big mirrorless cameras, the DSLR cameras to do a good live stream, I think this does a great image, and I'll show you more about that in a little bit. But I want to talk about, first of all, at Bright Lab, I know about the scam comment that's been reported to YouTube, and that person who was doing the scam comments has now been hidden from my channel, so that won't happen again. If anybody else comes in and does it again, I'll do it again. But I do apologize for anybody who did have that issue. And yes, it's true, I'm not a Nigerian prince. So I wanted to share that. So let me just let you guys know one thing. If you're trying to start a YouTube channel, you probably already have one. You just don't know you have one. And the reason I say that is because if you look over here on the top of your YouTube channel, there's going to be a little thing up here. Now you'll notice mine has my face and my logo in it. Yours, if you uploaded a picture, it'll be there. If not, it'll just be a letter, like your first letter of your name. If you click on that, you're going to find a Google account. Right below that, you're going to see switch. And mine says switch account because I have multiple accounts. Yours will probably say your channel or my channel. And if you click on that, you'll find, like, you'll see in mine, I have the Recovering Catholic John and this is a YouTube channel I'm helping somebody else build right now. So these are my two channels. But if I were to just click on one of those, what does it do? It brings me back to my main, just YouTube in general. So that you probably already have a YouTube channel under your name. Now, if you want to create a branded channel, you would basically do the same thing. You would go into that same thing and you would just add an account, and then that account would be linked to a Google account of some kind, right? And so you would add a Google account, and it would create a new account under that name. The quickest way, if you want to do a branded account, is say your branded name at gmail.com. Boom, you have a Google account. And once you click that, you already have a channel. I mean, that's literally how easy it is to create that channel. Once you have that channel, you click on this and you come down here a little further. There's a little thing here called YouTube Studio. You click on that. What happens is, oh, well, that was a little, boom. You come to this page. Now, what this page is, let me jump over and get you off of here. Get me out of here so you can see what this page is. This is the back door for YouTube. It's where you can see how many subscribers I have. You can see my comments here that I respond to. I love you too, brother, whoever said that. Your analytics, you can see how your channel's doing. Your content. Now you'll notice here I have videos in line queue all the way out to March 23rd right now. I'm trying to keep myself a little bit out in case something else happens in my life, like recently. So I'm trying to make sure I always have a buffer so that you guys never lack anything. But you see here, this is all of your backdoor. Now, if you're trying to create a new channel, what you want to do is you want to come down here to the customization settings. Click on the customization settings. Larry, I am real in reverse and forward. Thank you very much. So if you look here, is the screen, Larry, is the screen reversed for you? Are you seeing any of that at all? Let me know. If you look here, you can if you create a video, you can put it as a welcome video. That's what mine is. Come down a little further. This is the featured sections on your channel. So that basically is that. But then you come over here to branding, and you can create a little logo for your channel like I did. And you'll notice over here in the specs, it actually says the size it has to be, and smaller than this, and the PNG or GIF. So it's really something. Now, don't get all freaked out. This is all very easy, and I'm going to help you out with this as well, with another thing as well. Right down here, you're going to see where it says banner image. You notice I uploaded the banner to my channel so that you get to my channel. It's a branded channel, and this is the watermark. And this watermark, I created just a PNG file. So that I could have the word subscribe on my logo. And what this watermark does is it comes in 15 seconds in, and it's on the video, and then people can click that and subscribe to my channel. And then we go over to basic info. You notice I just have the name of my channel, John of New. And then this is the handle. Now, if someone's looking for you and you can send out your handle, just put at John of New, and YouTube's going to take you right to me. So that's making a very simple handle for people to find is really, really important. And then you have a description of your channel. Of course, in this description, you want to make sure you're saying what you think people are searching for, that you deliver. Now, this is the generated YouTube URL that they're going to give you. But you can do a custom URL. You notice mine has John of New at the end. This custom URL gives me the opportunity to, send it out. So come see John of New channel, and then the donate link and the website link are on channel as well. So that's the basics of just basically setting up a channel. It's actually very, very simple. But if I go back up here to the dashboard or anywhere in the YouTube studio, you're going to notice over here a little button that says create. If you click that create, underneath here, you're going to find upload videos, go live, create a post, set up a new playlist, do a podcast, right? Basically, if you're going to upload a video, you've created the video, which we'll talk about in a minute. You've created the video and you want to put it up. So you just click upload videos and then you just drag your file into here. Once you drag it in, you can Larry, unfortunately, I'm not seeing what you're seeing. It all looks perfect on my end. So if you can get the information, I think that's what we're gonna have to deal with. So all of this comes down to you drag a file in. Once you drag a file in, you're going to find. Let me see if I can find a file here. Let's see. Select file. There's an Ecamm live recording. Okay, so if I upload this, it's going to upload, and now it's going to give me a chance to write my title in, my description, drop my thumbnail that I'll create, select a playlist it might be on, you know, and so on. And then after this, if you have monetization, which you get after 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, you can select that. And I have to say off on this one. Okay, so then if I go to the next page, it's going to ask me if I want to add end screens and all that. Sometimes I'll do that. And then it'll go to checks. If you go to the next page after checks, it's going to ask you if you want to keep it private, unlisted, or public, or even down here scheduled. And on scheduled, you can click this and add in whatever date and time you want. And I wanted to make sure that you knew that's the simplicity of uploading. Creating the channel is the easy part. The technical part comes with the content. And so I wanted to show you guys I wanted to show you guys the easiest way to create a video. And I'm going to start, of course, with the camera. You already have two cameras probably that you don't even know that you have. So I want to show you a couple of options that you have, just to show you that you can start creating video very quickly. This first one will be what you can get out of a laptop. So what you're looking at now is actually my camera on my MacBook Pro. This camera, I'm looking into the camera, not the screen. This camera is only a 720 resolution, so it's going to be very grainy looking. It's going to have a different look. It's on YouTube. It's not going to stand out as exceptional video, but it'll look kind of like this. And I hope this kind of explains why you shouldn't use your laptop. And the only reason mine looks even somewhat good is because of all the lighting and everything in this room. But it still is very paled out. Even if I try to bring the brightness down, it just loses its strength. I can bring saturation way up or way down, but it just doesn't give you. I've got gamma all the way up. If I set my settings on my camera back to normal, this is the image you'd get off of that camera. But when I bring my gamma up, you start to get something better. Your saturation, bring my brightness down slightly. So there you go. That's what you get. It's about the best you're going to get out of a laptop camera. So that's what you're going to get out of the laptop camera. I want to answer Bright Love here. Is there a spot for draft videos? Nothing goes live in the YouTube studio until you click publish. So it will sit in there as a draft for as long as you want. Now that's just the uploading process. What I do is I actually edit and develop my video before I even get into the upload process is the last process I do. I build my video completely out in a different software, which I'll talk about software in a little while. But I build it out in a different software, and by the time I get to YouTube, my thumbnail is done. My thumbnail is done, and my my video is completely done. And LC, yes, my shirt was black, and you're going to notice I'm playing some videos that I pre-recorded just so you guys can. I wanted to make sure that they were going to be really clear and I wouldn't have any technical difficulties. So yeah, that was shot yesterday, as the rest of these were shot at a different time. You're quite welcome, Bright Love. So now let me jump over to the video that the camera that I suggest you start with. And then I want to share with you another camera, which is just slightly a step up, which is amazing. So let me click over to this next one. This is a video again, so warning, it's not going live. So here's an easy way to get started with YouTube. This, what you're looking at right now, is being shot on my iPhone 15 Pro Max. It's a basic phone footage with the cinematic feature added onto it, which you usually can find in any camera these days as some sort of cinematic. What the cinematic does is it gives you the shallow depth of field, making everything you see blurred in the background. It also tightens in on the face and gives you a little bit more impact there. The camera phones these days are amazing. The only problem with phones in general is the sound. You know, people will not watch a video with great video but bad audio. So you got to make sure your audio is just as good. I've never found phone audio to be very good, so I tend to use externals. Now on a phone, there's several options for external microphones. You can get a small plug-in microphone for the side of the camera on your phone, and sometimes they work great, sometimes they don't. You're really talking about how much you're going to spend on it, because the more you spend, it seems the better they work. There's also ones that have a direct wired connection. You can buy a lavalier with a my phone has a USB connection, but you can get them with lightning connections or whatever other connections you have. My USB-C, you can get a USB-C wired microphone, so you can plug it right into the side of your phone, and a long wire would come over, you just clip it to your shirt, and you talk, and your microphone will be really, really close to your mouth, which would sound great. Or you can get the wireless transmitter microphones. I have a set in the other room. You can plug into the bottom of your phone, and you basically are plugging in the receiver, and then you put the transmitter on yourself, either as it sits in front of you like this, or you have a lavalier mic that runs up to, like the wired mic, only it's wired to the transmitter. So that works really well. Mine works wonderfully well. And so I just wanted to hop on and kind of share what the footage of an iPhone looks like and show you that you can make great YouTube videos that look good with what's probably in your pocket right now. So here's the issue with phone audio when you're outside. Without a separate microphone, you're going to have this sort of ambient sound. My house has a busy road out front. It has a freeway a few blocks that way, and then when you're sitting on my back deck, you can hear it all if you just listen. That's a lot of audio that's feeding into your video that ends up on YouTube. So I just wanted to give you the sound quality of an iPhone. Now, once again, this is the cinematic view, so the image is good. If I had a separate recorder, I could use the track that's in the iPhone to marry with a separate recorder, and that's a whole different editing process. So just wanted to show you this. Bye. So hey guys, it's me, John, back out here again, giving you an example of the iPhone again with the sun going down behind me. But this time I'm using, in my pocket here, I have a small little recording device known as a Zoom F2. And the Zoom F2 is an amazing little recording device. It has 32-bit float, which makes it in editing and sound editing especially, it makes it almost impossible to make a bad track, because 32-bit, you can actually bring it up and down and not have peaks or valleys that'll ruin your audio. But in this video, what I wanted to show you was the iPhone with something like this gives you an amazing video and audio quality. I love the look of this video. I love the look of this cinematic view that the iPhone gives us, and I really like the sound now married to this, because it looks so much more professional and sounds so much more professional, and much easier for people to actually listen to and watch. So I just wanted to hop on, show you this. Now, once again, one of the problems that I have when I'm talking to an iPhone is every so often I'll catch myself looking over at myself to see what I look like in frame, to make sure I'm still in focus and everything. But the iPhone seems to be doing an amazingly good job, and I'm very excited. I love the look of the cinematic view. I think it's just stunning, and I'm real excited to get inside now and edit this so I can show it to you. Okay, so now I wanted to hop back on. So I wanted to answer, we will cover thumbnail images and an easy way to do that, not only them, but banner for your site as well. There's a really easy way to do that. Technically, Larry, you said, I understand technically editing is the most tedious and time consuming. It is to learn it at first, but I will show you how fast I edit the video now, because I've done over 1,300 on the channel. I've gotten really good at it. I also have a template built that makes it really easy for me to edit, and so I will be showing that as well in just a few minutes. But this camera that I'm talking on right now is my big secret. I mean, I'm sure you think this image probably looks pretty good. I'm in the studio with good lighting and everything else, so that very much does help. And even my lighting is listed in the description below. But I wanted to show you this camera and what it actually does. Now, you're seeing it live right now, but let me play this really short video. So here's another cheap option for you. This is called a Monetization camera. I found it on Amazon after seeing a YouTube video about it. I bought it, and when I bought it, it was on sale for $85. I think right now it's 100 and something, 119 maybe. But it's a 4K camera, which is a great resolution. It's about the size of, I guess, I don't know, a $50 or a silver dollar, if anyone remembers what they are. And it does a great image. You can do focus and zoom in and out on it, and it's a wonderful little camera. And if you're looking for just a really good high quality image, this is the kind of image you'll get out of this camera. There you go. So this is the same camera I was just talking on. I went on Amazon, I looked it up, $92. $92, and it literally is a little tiny square box with a long lens, and it actually has toggle knobs where you can zoom in, zoom out. You can change the focus, and you can make it lighter or darker. It's actually a great little camera, so much so I just ordered 2 more for my other desk. So I really love them. I love the look of them. And now, if you'll notice, when you look at the let me see here. Hold on for 1 sec. When you look at the image ahead of you, the software that I use is called Ecamm Live. Now, what's cool about Ecamm Live is I can change the image all I want. I have all kinds of control over the image, bringing it up, bringing it down, bringing my saturation down. I can change the color. It's called a Monetization, and there's a link in the video below. Down in the bottom of the description will be the link. Just look for Monetization. $92. I think it does a great job, and I'm going to show you some other cameras as well. But I wanted to share this with you because I think it's like one of the greatest secrets of the world. Yeah, this camera is absolutely on Amazon.com, $92, and down in the description below you'll find Monetization, Monetization. And I tell your, no, don't ever apologize. You're a parent. You have kids. Kids come first. And all of us totally understand that. My kid's 20 now, so I don't have to chase anymore. It was a different kind of chasing. You kind of, hey, are you going to come home? That different kind of chasing. So let me show you the camera that I started this YouTube video, this YouTube live stream with. This camera I'm about to show you is called a Sony ZV-1, and I want to show you a little short video on it. So this is being recorded on my Sony ZV-1. This is a fixed lens camera. It does not have interchangeable lenses. This is an older model of the ZV-1. This is the one that I had to actually get a widescreen adapter for. The newer model, which is listed in the description below, actually you don't need the widescreen adapter for. It comes with a widescreen setting, and this will give you the footage. Now this is once again being shot in my studio with my lighting on. So, and I'm trying to mainly use the majority of my window lighting for this, but I am getting lighting from this side from my studio lighting. So I wanted to let you guys have a chance to see what this looks like. So I thought you guys would probably have a lot of questions about the Mikoze. It is completely run off USB. It's powered by your computer. There's no extra power cord. It's a USB into your computer in some way. If you've got a MacBook Pro like me, you'll find you're very limited on the ports you have on a MacBook Pro. So I had to get an external powered dock, and I'm going to say that specifically, powered dock. The powered dock just makes everything run better. The power's going into that, and then you actually power from the dock itself, so you don't have to plug in an external power source to your computer. Everything runs straight through the dock, but it gives me so many different points. It also gives ports, but it also gives me card slots, so I can pull cards out of cameras and stick them in there. Okay, Jay, I will hold on for 1 second. I will make sure that if you come back to the video afterwards, you will find the that I'll make sure it's down there. I'm pretty sure it's on there, but can you hold on for 1 second, and I'll see if I can fix that right now. Let me jump over here. Boom. Okay, hold on for 1 second. You are correct. Let me go ahead and get the list on here. I'm going to have the list of everything that I'm using. Technical wise, here we go. Okay, here we go. So going down to the bottom here. Boom. Okay. Oh, hold on. Okay. I just hold on. I just added it. Give it a second. You may have to refresh your browser to see it, but I just updated it. All the equipment that's in this video will be directly below the video you're looking at. So let's go over. I want to show you one more camera. This next camera is my main camera on my studio desk. By the way, you may see some glitching in my ZV-1 and my ZV-10. I changed a piece of hardware yesterday when I filmed this, and I didn't get the voices synced really correctly. So and it's because of the new hardware I added, which is not really necessary, but. So you might recognize this look. This is my standard ZV-E10 with a 16 millimeter lens on it, and it's inside of a teleprompter right now. So I'm looking at the lens through a teleprompter. I do have the teleprompter turned off right now, so I can't actually see the lens. So I wanted to give you an example of what this looks like, also what this sounds like. Both this footage and the footage with the ZV-1, the sound was coming through my Synco Mic D2 through the Wave XLR. And I wanted to make sure you guys had a chance to hear what sound sounds like through a quality microphone and the quality interface. It makes a huge difference in video. And you'll notice also in this camera setup, it's a much clearer, much less blown out. It's got a lot more data in it. And I think it looks great. And I'm pretty pleased with the way this works out. So I personally love the look of the ZV-E10, and the main reason I like the look of the ZV-E10 is because it's an interchangeable lens, and what I have on there is a 16 millimeter 1.4 lens, so it gives me some blurry background, and I just like the look of it. What else? I have a second ZV-E10, which oftentimes you'll see me do video from my back deck. That's being done with my other ZV-E10. I keep everything in my studio completely set up at all times. And I have two separate desks. The desk I'm talking to you today from is the one where I do private sessions from. And you'll see my Oscar back there. When my son and I went and saw Ant-Man, he thought that the golden statue that said the world's greatest grandma that the girl gave to his father in the movie was funny as heck. And that says the world's greatest grandma. So I'm very, very happy. Hi, Miles. How are you, Miles? I hope you're doing well. I went for miles and miles. That's why I look so old. Let's see. Well, Elsie, I'm glad you're enjoying the. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. I know I'm putting a lot of content out really fast. I'm doing that specifically because there's a lot to touch, and I want to make sure that you guys have have it on the video so you can go back and view it. I noticed that somebody earlier said they're going to have to go back and look. Celtic Seer. Hello, Celtic Seer. Welcome. I noticed that you said that you're going to have to go back and see it again. So let me also dive into the next here. So one of the questions that people ask me, and somebody asked me in this live stream, actually that's not the one I want. Somebody asked me in this live stream, how do I do my thumbnails or my banner? Now you're looking at a site called Canva. Canva is an amazing resource. You can get it for free here. I have the Pro plan, which is let me see, how much is it? $120 a year. But let me show you the benefits of Canva here. If I go up here and I need to create a banner for my YouTube channel, look at that. Boom. It sets me up for all these images that I can use. So if I wanted to use, say, this one, right? Now I can come in here and I can say, click this, put my name in there, and whatever I want in here, right? I can change all of this stuff. I can add different pictures in. This is, honest to gosh, how every one of my thumbnails is made. But I use a combination of Canva and Photoshop for a very specific reason. If you'll notice on all my videos, I've chosen brand colors. I have white and orange, and a specific color of orange even. And so I've created, using the font Impact and those two colors as my main structure. But what I use Canva mainly for is I click YouTube thumbnail like I just did. Now here's the YouTube thumbnail. And I come over here and I click the elements. Now in here, I'll do something like, say I want a picture of a forest, right? I'll search. Now what it gives me all these photos, right? There's the links again. It gives me all these photos, gives me graphics of forests, gives me videos, all kinds of stuff. Like if I want to do a video that has a forest in motion, then I can actually upload this clip and use it in these are all royalty free because you're a member of Canva. So you have the ability to use this not only for your banners, but for your videos, for your audio, Here's one for you. So you can get music in there. It's an amazing, amazing platform, worth the $120 to go to the pro, in my opinion. And then what I do is say, for instance, I choose this photo of a forest. I will drag it out so it fills the whole platform here, right? Like so. And then what I do is I basically say trees, or just give it a name, right? So I got trees. I click File, Download. Now what's going to happen, I'm just going to make me click this download here, right? And it's going to give me the image, just like that. But I can go up here, and I can click this, right? Let me move this down. I can drag this right onto my desktop, like so. Then I come down here and I open my Photoshop file, which is going to pop up here in a second. It's going to verify it, of course, because that's what Adobe does after they've given you updates. They're verifying. But it'll pop up here in just a second, and you'll see that I have multiple thumbnails that I've already done that are already in the platform. But I don't. Well, all I do is, to make this as easy as possible, I just come over here. See, it's going to show you. Oh, they're telling me about the new features they just had. Here's some of the old thumbnails that I did. All I do is I just grab trees. Oh, I didn't mean to open that. I just grab trees and drop it right onto Photoshop. There it is. Right now, watch. Text. It already has my orange in there, and I go caps lock. These are trees, right? Right, boom. Now, boom. So there you go. Now I can do this. I can center it. I can take these, click that, zip over here, and I can just sample that. Boom. Then I can either increase the font size, right? I can take these and increase the font size like that. Or I can simply hit Command T and drag it out to whatever shape I want. Now here's the big secret about how to make these kind of titles look good. Is you come up here and you hit Layer, Duplicate Layer. Okay, right? And I'll show you layers in a little bit here. And then hit text again, click the color thing up here, select black. Okay, right? And then zoom in real close, click on there, drag that down slightly so it creates it like that, and then put that layer below that layer. Now look what you got. It really stands out on the page. Hey, 64-bit rewind, how are you? So now, how do I get my beautiful face on these videos? So what I did was I took a bunch of screenshots of my face, which I find on my desktop in the John file. I go to the bottom, and I choose the face I want. Let's choose a good one. How about this one? Okay, that's the one we'll use for this one. And I just literally drag it onto Photoshop. I bring it to the top. I take the magnetic lasso, which is over here, which I have to open up and get the magnetic lasso. I click. I follow the edge. It goes to the edge of my shirt, just like that. I follow my ear, follow my head. You know why I put a dark background behind me? Because I'm bald. And that white head against the white background gets lost. So I put a dark background behind me so that my beautiful, beautiful head shows up. So now I'm going to select that, copy, paste, and then I'm going to delete the lower layer. And look at that. There I am. Then I can Command Transform. Actually, I have to select it again. Transform. I can make it bigger. I can drag it behind the text, right? I can even do little crazy things like flip horizontal, right? And I'll tell you a big secret: if you have hair, which most people do, if you want to make hair look softer, just hit your eraser with a soft edge on it, and you can go right along the hairline, and it'll soften the edge of your hair just slightly. Anyway, I'm getting a little technical. Then, but basically, what I would do is I would then basically I would flatten the image, save the image, and now when I close this all out and I open up trees on my desktop, there's my video thumbnail right there. So that's how I do my thumbnails. And like I said, I know that was really fast, but the video is here for you to go back. Thanks, Tim Zeal. Hi, Cynthia. That image does remind me of Signs Along the Path to Bright Love. And Canva is absolutely great. Absolutely great. So that just shows you how I do my YouTube videos. It's also where I get a lot of my if I ever do B-roll or ever want to do like the video with wording coming over it, all that's already built in to Canva. And yeah, and Kayla, yes, if you go back into Canva again, let's say thumbnail, watch this. I can also I can choose any one of these. I got rich, and I can click it. I can click on, let's see, the text. I can change fonts right in here, right? I can do any kind of text I want. That was really ugly. But you can change anything you want in there. Change your images in there. You can do anything in Canva. It's an amazing, and that's quite honestly, a lot of your big YouTubers using Canva right now. If you go watch some of your favorite YouTube channels, I will almost bet that you will find that they're going here, and then they're choosing one of these and just changing it. What are the pros and cons of? See, for me, I use Adobe because Adobe is something I've used for a decade. I'm just really good at using Adobe. So I like Adobe also, having the Creative Suite. I have my editing software in there as well. And I want to talk about editing software. You don't have to go crazy like I did. You can start with Movie Maker in your iPhone or some free software. As you grow your YouTube channel, you're going to want to go up to a more precise video editor. I have this open for a reason. This is my Premiere Pro editing software, and what you'll see here is that I already have a template in here that it's called John of New Daily. You see it up here, and I always keep this as my standard John of New Daily. So here I have a piece of just scrap footage I made just before our session today, and all I do is I drag that scrap footage right into here and I drop it off. Right now, let's see. So you'll see it. It also gave me my audio. Did it give my audio? It didn't give me my audio. Huh. I wonder what that's about. Hold on for 1 sec. Let me just do a quick jump out. So I'm not saving. When I sign out of my John of New Daily, I never save it. I open my Adobe Premiere Pro, and it's going to come here. You're going to see John of New Daily. I click John of New Daily. It opens this up for me. I take that piece of footage that I have on the channel, I drag it right into the platform. Now you'll notice my video is not as big as my screen, so I always just bump it up 200%. Boom. Now I've got my video. It looks pretty dark, so let's just jump back over here. So I'm recording this piece of videos for us to play with in the YouTube live stream today, and I just wanted to have this piece of video. So you'll see all those things that are already in the program. I've already created one that says support the channel by clicking the thumbs up below. Thank you for helping the channel grow. More links in the description to help keep it growing. And then at the very end, I have please like, subscribe, and share. That's already in my template. So when I'm making video, I just drag the video in. Then you'll notice on a lot of my videos, I do a thing where at the beginning of the video, it zooms in closer to me. That's all done right here. I come up to the top here, and I hit this little key button here, this little key button here. Now what I've just done is I've set that's the starting point for those numbers. And if I drag this to the end of the clip, like so, and I increase this by some number, and you can do this by pushing up on your arrow key, or you can, I know it's the ones I'm going to use. I go 250 and 1200. Now what you're going to see is this. I'm recording this piece of videos for us to play with in the YouTube. You notice it's slowly moving in, and I just wanted to have this piece slowly of video zooming in. And if I were to do that quicker, we go back to the beginning again. Turn that off. Turn that off. Right. If I were to go, say, here, and go click, click, and then go just a couple seconds in. Just like I did before, what you'll get is this. So I'm recording this piece of videos for us to play with in the it'll zoom in and give me that sort of so there's lots of effects. But like I said, I've done Photoshop a lot, and I like it. But I would start with the most simple editor you can find and just keep it as simple as possible at first. But rather than paying for the complete creative suite like I do, there's another software out there called DaVinci Resolve. And DaVinci Resolve, a lot of people use it. It's either DaVinci Resolve or it's Adobe Photoshop. What's nice about DaVinci Resolve is you can download it for free and you can use it for free. Now, the free software is not as robust or limited. It's very much limited. But you can do all the kind of edits I just did. You can learn how to do that in DaVinci Resolve. The greatest part about Premiere or DaVinci Resolve is if you search any question about either one of those softwares on YouTube, you're going to find all kinds of video instruction on both of them because they are the two most popular. The other thing about DaVinci Resolve is if you decide to go with DaVinci Resolve, the pricing for DaVinci Resolve is interesting. It's like it's free, or you pay like $200 and some for a lifetime license. And so it's not an ongoing payment like Adobe. I pay much more for my Adobe than DaVinci, but it's like $200 and something, and you have DaVinci Resolve for life as a software. So I think if I was to start over again, I might go back to DaVinci. I might go to DaVinci Resolve, but I'm so enmeshed in the Adobe Creative Suite that it keeps my process very quick, and I put out a lot of content. So I wanted to let me jump over and dive into some questions here. Hold on. Let me come back over here. Okay. So now I'm back on here. So let me jump. Actually, let me switch to my main camera again. So here I am. I'm back on the main camera. So now I can focus more on the what questions you have. So let me jump down and see what I've missed. I heard a bunch of things beeping in, so I wanted to make sure. Yeah, so yeah, back to your question, Kayla. Yeah, Canva, you can do almost everything in Canva, including getting B-roll footage. So, I mean, Canva is probably, it's worth the $120. Absolutely. You go back to your other question, the pros and cons of Adobe versus Canva. For me, like I said, Creative.We gives me Premiere, which is my video editing software, and you can video edit in there, but you have to drag your files in there, and it's a very simple little setup over there. You can totally do it, but for me, it just makes more sense to have a more professional software. Great. Oh, good. So I'm glad High Vibe Society. You know, starting a YouTube channel is so easy. Like I said, you probably already have one. You just don't know it. The key will be whether you want to do a branded variety. Now, in the description below, like I said, I put all those links in. I put in there a couple of different options for what you could start off with. You know, the Mokoze camera is like, in my opinion, for $92, that's an amazing image, right? For $92, it's great. It doesn't give you the blurry background, you know. So you might recognize this look. This is my so the ZVE10 does give you the blurry background, and but the Mokoze doesn't. But it's a beautiful image in my opinion. So when you look at this video, think about it from the aspect of what is your goal with this YouTube channel? Are you just doing it to have a fun little YouTube channel, share little videos? Are you doing it for brand? Are you doing it? And if you're going to do it for, if your goal is professional, then I would say go all in. You know, get the lighting, which is the description down below. Now, let me tell you a couple things about lighting. If you wear glasses, you cannot put a light directly in front of you, because if you lift your head or go down, it's going to reflect in your glasses and you're not going to see it. Your lights have to come in from the side so you can get the light on your eyes. You want to get them above your eye line so that you're not picking things up like that. If I do that, you'll see them, right? So if I keep my eyes looking this way, you don't see the reflection of the lights. So I very much keep them off to the side. I also I have 3 lights, and I have one that's very white and 2 that are very much more incandescent in color. To me, it gives me a more natural looking light. Now let's dive into audio for a second. I don't have a lot of videos to talk about it. I shoot everything on a Synco Mic D2. Now, let me tell you about this Synco Mic D2. And I said the video I did the other day about the studio. In the film industry, the industry standard for shotgun mics is the Sennheiser 416. It's a $1,000 microphone. This microphone here, I just priced it the other day. I think it's $169. It has the same audio quality as the Sennheiser 416. It's an amazing microphone. And what I have is I have a stand on my desk, and I have bars that come off. Now, what I'm looking at right now is a teleprompter. I bought a teleprompter so that my camera could be behind lens. So when I'm talking to somebody on a Zoom call, I'm looking directly at their face and not even thinking about a camera. So when you see a private session with me, it really looks like I'm looking at you because I am looking at you. The camera is behind you. And so it gives me that ability to always be looking forward. If I ever wanted to use the teleprompter feature, that's a simple app that I do have, and I would drag that in, and I would have teleprompter things coming up. I don't typically use that on John of New videos. I have used it to put my outline up for the Recovering Catholic channel videos. But I don't use it for John of New videos because I don't script any of that. I just see the question and hop on and just answer it. So the other thing is when you're starting your video, you're starting your channel, you know, understand the first videos you put out are not going to be beautiful. So don't become a perfectionist. Just start getting videos out. Sylvester Stallone wrote 36 of the movies he was in, and when they asked him how can he be such a prolific writer, he says if you want to write right, understand the first thing you write is not going to be good, but you're going to get better, and you're going to learn, and you're going to process. If you go back to my YouTube channel and you go back to my earliest videos, you're going to see me sitting in front of a wall with it's actually a green screen, and you'll notice that the bricks are actually too big, right? Because they're blown up. And I'm like, "Hi guys, I'm John." I'm very stiff and very rigid. Now I'm so comfortable in front of cameras now that I just blah blah. I just put myself out there. The more you put on camera, the better your videos are going to be. People are buying you and your content, but they're buying you first. You've got to be your authentic self. You've got to put yourself out in a way that people will like you, because they will watch content for technical things, but they will follow content for the person delivering it. And so it's a matter of you getting very comfortable. And the only way you get comfortable is by doing videos, putting them up there. Trust is developed by results over time. You've got to put your videos out there and change them. The only reason I can do the things that I do is because I've done lots and lots of videos. And to me, that's the key. Is when I used to do stage performance, the number one thing we had to do was we had to put ourselves in front of an audience with a new script. It might not be bad, but we're going to learn what's good and what's bad from that audience reaction. And that is the key, is to put yourself out there doing that. This mic setup, my mic, as I say, is a Synco Mic D2. It goes down into an Elgato Wave XLR. Combination of the two, $400 for the pair. The Wave XLR plugs into your laptop. It is the audio interface for your computer. It also supplies the 48 volts of phantom power that the microphone needs. If you don't want to go that route, I would look into something like an Audio-Technica AT2020 USB microphone, a little stand that sits in your desk. You can put it below your camera. It gives great audio. Audio-Technica is a well-known brand. The AT2020 has been a standard for many studios for years. It's cheap, $90, something like that. But it plugs directly in with no extras. So if you got a Makose that plugs in with USB, and you got the USB microphone, AT2020, plug that in with USB. You don't have any capture cards to deal with. For this camera to come into the computer, I had to get a capture card device and run my HDMI in, so it adds more and more function. But in the end, it's worth it because all of my camera features still work because I'm using this $99 audio interface called a Camlink 4K. And that's plugged right into the back of my dock here, which goes right into my computer. So if it was me, if I was starting again, because I get asked this a lot, if you were going to start all over again, what would you start with? I would totally do it differently. But right now, my studio is so perfectly set up for me. I walk in, I click a switch, and I'm recording video in a minute. But if it was me, if I was starting over again, I would get a light pole, and I think I put the list down in that list I just put up, the very bottom. I would get a light pole, and there's one called by a company called Neewer. By the way, if you're ever looking for camera equipment, Neewer. I have never gotten a bad piece of equipment from Neewer. They're always solidly built, metal. They're really nice. I would get a Neewer light stand, an aperture light with a soft box. I would mount it high. I would get an articulating arm that comes off the side of that light pole. I would mount my teleprompter in there. Now, teleprompter, you get the prompter, but then you have to buy a separate monitor. But if you have an iPad, you already have a monitor. And what you do is you just connect that to your computer, and under displays, select it as a mirror your other display that's on your computer, and that's how you get this sort of setup. And then I would put behind that camera, I would put a Sony ZV-E10 with a 16 millimeter 1.4 lens on it. This is a ZV-1. This is not my main desk over there. And then what I would have, because that Neewer stand rolls, I would have that. Then I would get a Wave XLR, a Synco Mic D2 on an arm above me. And now what do I have? Is I have a complete studio that rolls around. When I'm not using it, can roll into the corner or roll into a closet. If I want to put a desk in front of it, I just bring out a small desk and set it in front of it, or a chair. I can take it outside if I want because it's completely functional that way. All of my cameras in my studio have dummy batteries in them, so they're all plugged into actual electricity. So that to me makes the whole system really easy. That's the way I would do it. But like I said, for you guys, start with what you have. You have a phone, probably has a great camera in it. Go to a Mokose for $92. Great camera. Use a USB microphone. Great microphone. That's all you need. You don't need even the lighting. You can get ample lighting off of a window. You can step outside and film on your back deck like I did for the iPhone footage. So I want to make sure I hit those. Now I'm going to dive down into your questions. I've been hearing you pop them up. So could I do all that I did in Photoshop and Canva? Probably. You would have to really learn Canva. You'd have to learn any software you do. But, I don't think you can do the zoom ins and zoom outs and all the things I do in video in Canva. You need some sort of software to really do it right. But that's my whole take is what are you doing with your video? Are you trying to make it a successful YouTube channel? Because if I want to talk about that at the end too, how do you create a successful YouTube channel? Which, my channel is still very small. 20,000 on YouTube is not actually a big channel, but I want to share with you some of the things that work for me. Maybe they'll work for you. So let me go down and answer some more of this. Yeah, and by the way, I know I'm going really fast. This video will be up forever, so you'll have the chance to go back and do it. Yeah, Larry, you're absolutely right. Think Media is a great channel, great content, great stuff. This video is not to go to the level of them at all. This video is literally the bare bones essentials of setting up a channel. Yeah, and Sue Ellen, you talk about the Creative Suite being expensive. It's still expensive. I pay about $60 a month for my Creative Suite, but for me, it's worth it because I use Photoshop, I use Premiere, I use After Effects, I use a lot of the functionality, Media Encoder. I use a lot of those things. So for me, it's kind of my go-to. Larry, you are quite welcome. I'm just want to help. My whole goal on this is to help people just do what they want to do and create the lives they want. And so I've had a lot of people ask me about starting a YouTube channel, and I thought if I could do a basic how to start a YouTube channel, then the people could really get out there and start doing it. Oh, and Kayla, I love this. You said the technical stuff is so intimidating. It was intimidating for me too, and I literally just started playing with it. I've never been taught by anybody. I literally opened up the software and I just started playing with it. And the more I played with it, the more I figured out. The more I wanted to learn about it, the more I watched YouTube about it. I said, I want to do this, and I just type in, how do I do this in YouTube, in Adobe? Bam. So that, YouTube being the number one search engine in the world is going to show you the easiest methods. They're going to show you all the topics on how to do the things you want to do. You said that's the Dr. Strangelove book. I'm not sure what that is. I do not have Dr. Strangelove on the shelf behind me, if that's what you're saying. Hi, Bessie. Okay, so I love this. So can I talk about the placement of everything? So for me, I'm really glad you asked this question. You'll notice that when I'm looking forward, I'm looking straight forward. I'm not looking down. I'm not looking up. I'm not looking to the side. I'm looking straight forward. I have this camera raised up high enough that it is at eye level with me. Um, when I put my facing camera, I put my nose or my mouth in the center of the frame. That way, I am centered. You can go higher, you can go lower. Um, I tend to put myself dead center. If I was doing something like using the Makose, like if I was going to talk to the Makose, I would probably turn and talk in this third of the frame. If I was like I was talking to somebody, um, I would put myself in this third of the frame so that I would have blank space to my one side here. Um, so that kind of leaves it open to the person I'm talking to if I'm doing a two-person shot. But that's there. Now the lighting, like I said, I have two off on 40. Well, they're probably close to almost 90 degrees to my side. They're slightly ahead, but they're way above my head. This one's actually very high. This one's a little lower, and my big white one that's in the back of the desk is on a 45 that way, so that like I said, so the light doesn't shine. The way I do my whole setup here is I have one single pole that's mounted on the desk, and I have arms that come off of that pole. So my camera, there's an arm coming off of that pole. The teleprompter's the top of that, camera's behind that. There's another video I just did recently about my studio setup. You can go through and you can see where everything is, and I talk about positioning of that. Over the past few weeks, I've been pairing things out, which is why that footage earlier had a little bit of glitch in it, because I just took out a camera switcher that I no longer need or use. So, but I haven't dialed in the system over there yet. So that's why they got a little bit off in my dialogue. So the teleprompter works great for me, especially when I'm doing a Zoom call, because when I'm doing a Zoom call, I am looking directly at the person, just like I'm doing right now. And when I am doing a video, it's just, the teleprompter is not even really there for me. But I shoot all my videos using Ecamm Live. Now, what Ecamm Live is it's a Mac software, and the Mac software is it gives us a chance to do live stream. All my live streams go through there. Even the videos that I played for you were scenes in Ecamm Live. So when you come to see my live stream on Fridays, you'll see me do, this.
Welcome to the Live Loving live stream with John Davis.
And so it takes me right into that next scene. So it takes me right into the next scene. So I have that all built into Ecamm Live. For a Mac user, Ecamm Live is probably the best part of everything I do, because I open up Ecamm Live, my cameras are already set up for it. I just click record, it records it right in place. It is the greatest. When I do a live stream, I type in there what I'm going to do. I schedule it right in Ecamm Live. It sets it all up for me in YouTube. Everything's so easy in Ecamm Live. If you have a PC, you're going to lean into something called OBS, Open Broadcast Systems, or something called OBS Studio. It does the same sort of thing. I've heard people like one or the other. For the most part, I've heard people like Ecamm better, but Ecamm is really designed for Macs. I will also. I'm going to go a little Mac boy on you for a second. Right now, I'm talking to you through my MacBook Pro, right? I also have my iPad hooked up as an external display in front of me, so I can watch what Ecamm is doing. So when I share the screen, are you looking at me or are you looking at something else? So when I share that screen, you're actually seeing the screen share. Let me see if I can show you that again. So I can share the screen with me here like this, and now I'm looking at the Mikose camera, and so I can do that screen share, but I have the iPad hooked up so I can use it as how using the Ecamm Live software. So it actually seems to be very technical. The way I learned it all was a piece at a time. I just started doing things, started checking things. Now, my friend Marcy, if you haven't checked her out, go check her out. At Spirit Made Me Do It. She loves the new format on YouTube of YouTube Shorts. They're up 15, 30, or 60-second shorts. So you lift up your camera, your phone, you hold it upright, and you talk to it like this, and you record it. You can edit it right in your phone, and you upload it right from there. It's a simple thing. I don't like the YouTube Shorts for several reasons. I'm too verbose for that. Number one. Number two, it's like for YouTube to really recognize that as something, you have to have like 10,000 watch hours and all kinds of things, and it's a much harder road to go to do the shorts. I like doing 5, 10, 15-minute videos, and to me that just works better for me. So let me jump back over and go down into the what am I doing next year, Christmas? I have no idea why you're asking me that 3 times. I'll be going home, and I may be living down there already. A Yeti mics work great too. If it's a USB mic, that's great. I just like the sound quality of the AT2020 better, and I absolutely prefer the Synco Mic T2. If you've got an external mic that plugs in, it's going to be better than your audio from your laptop. Your laptop audio is going to be tinny. It's too far away from you. It's a small microphone. Doesn't have a big condenser in it, so it doesn't really pick up the resonance of your voice. What you can't tell, somebody asked about placement earlier. That's how far away the mic is from my mouth right now. It's just out of frame. If I were to bring it down slightly, there it was. It's right there. So as I'm talking, my mic is 6 inches from my mouth. The reason I use a shotgun mic is because all the other mics I'm talking about pick up a broad pattern. A shotgun aims it directly at the person talking, and it's made to pick up people from a distance. That's why movies use them, because they can hold them over the people's heads and point at their mouths. This mic is aimed directly down towards my mouth. It's just out of frame. And if I were to broaden my, if I were to zoom out, let's see here. There it is, right there. Right? But I keep it zoomed in because I like the look of this. So workstation, my MacBook is to my right diagonally over here, which has the monitor open like this. I want it off to my side because I don't want my glasses reflecting the screen. I also have my Mac set on dark mode, so it doesn't have a bright light shining towards me. Everything else is literally sitting right here in front of me mounted on single bars. Let me keep going. Let me drop down here. Wolf, I'm so happy to share. I would just want everybody to have the ability to do what I'm doing because I love what I do. That's why, Sue Ellen, this is why, if you go back to the beginning of this video, start with the iPhone and a little tiny lavalier mic plugged into the back of it. The lavalier mic is going to cost you $30. You probably already have an iPhone or Android phone. I don't care. They both have good cameras in them. Start with that. Setting up the YouTube channel is free. You can get the free Canva. You can get the free DaVinci Resolve. You can get all these things for free. It's just a matter of playing with it. and but very easy. For me, so my wings unfurled. Is it easy to hook all these things together? I can only speak from Mac experience. I have what's known as a Cal Digit TS3 on this desk and a TS4 on that desk. What that is, that's a powered dock. It has tons and tons of inputs on it. Everything just plugs into the back, and one cord goes to my MacBook Pro. So I just plug it all in, and the MacBook finds it all. So it is actually very easy to hook the whole thing up. Hang on, I might be able to do. Hang on, Kayla. Let me show you. Let me see if I can do something else for you that might be actually easier. Okay. So so here's my desk. Okay. And by the way, I want you guys to know what I just did. What I just did was I turned on my iPhone. I went into Ecamm. I clicked on the camera button on the top of the page, and I chose my iPhone. This is being done through Bluetooth right now. So right there in front of me is my teleprompter with my monitor, right? There's my Cinco mic attached to the pole coming down. There's my Mikoze camera, right? These are all run. Now it looks really wiry back there. It's because I have two desks back to back. Over here we have my main key light, my side lights, and my water, and most importantly, my coffee warmer. But I hope that gives you the general gist. There's my iPad plugged in, and you'll see it's plugged right into my dock as well. I hope that gives you. I hope that gives you what you were looking for. So I hope this. Mama Jess, what can I say about StreamYard? StreamYard's great software. The problem that I have with StreamYard, because I use a Mac, you have to download Google Chrome for it to work. I use Safari for everything I do. And so I had to actually add Google Chrome to my computer so that when I did interviews on StreamYard, I was able to do that. So that's my only concern about StreamYard, is that it's not really Mac friendly. But like I say, majority of the world is PC anyway, so it's probably not a bad software. I like Ecamm because I can go live right from Ecamm. I can schedule lives right from Ecamm. I can do interviews right in. Yesterday I did a video with Holly Matson, and all I did was I sent her my Ecamm link, and she came right into Ecamm. And you'll notice on that one that there were frames around us and names were flying in. I built all that in Ecamm. We did have some technical difficulties because her bandwidth was low at her home. I Bright Love, I have no idea what you're talking about on Adams. And I agree with this 100%. The best way to learn something is mess around. The best way to learn a language is be immersed in a country that doesn't speak your language. It's the best way to learn technology. Be immersed in a technology that you don't know, and you'll figure it out pretty quickly. It is absolutely the best way. Easiest way to store videos. I love this question. Question is, why are you storing them? I make my videos, I upload them to YouTube, and I throw my videos away. I have no need to use them again. They're on YouTube forever. So I don't store my videos. And there are people who use a lot of B-roll, and they'll save files of B-rolls right on their hard drives or an external hard drive. Casey Neistat, one of the most famous YouTubers in the world, he has a computer dedicated to another hard drive with all of his software and all of his B-rolls. And he has it all dated by year, month, and date. And so he's got an amazing setup. But are you becoming Casey Neistat it really depends on what you're doing with your own channel. I don't keep any of my videos. I throw them all away because they're already up on YouTube. And I make a lot. If 1,300 videos would take up a lot of hard drive space on my computers. Oh, I love this question. You ask if I'm going to redesign my studio when I go to the beach. All depends on what house I get, number one. But right now, I don't really need to, because what will happen is I will just take one of these desks that's completely independent of the other anyway, and just take this desk right down there, and I'll have a studio set up on day one. And so I don't know. But if I have a smaller house, which I'm hoping for a smaller house, well, I'm not hoping, I'm creating a smaller house, I'll probably do the rolling light stand thing I talked about earlier, because that, to me, is the greatest thing. I can roll it anywhere in the house and do videos from all different locations. Speaking of locations, Larry, you asked about locations. I'm pretty much a homebody, and every so often I'll shoot them on my back deck, but it's very rare you'll see me do something else. But I have thrown up some things on vacation in Rehoboth and stuff, but very rare that I do that, because I'm very rarely traveling like that. So I hope that answers that question for you. Bright Love, I'm not sure what you're talking about there. So let's talk about success on YouTube. Okay. So let's talk about success on YouTube. And let me start with this question, because we did have a Nigerian prince try to throw some spam up on us yesterday. I'll tell you something interesting about that thing that happened. They spammed a lot of people on my channel, right? Most of you will notice that instantly their comments were gone. What happened was, they were flagged by YouTube, and when you're in YouTube, there's a place. Let me see if I can get there. Hold on, let me get there. Go back over here. Okay. Let me get here. Okay, so hold on. I'm back over here. Where's my desktop? Okay, so here I am. So I'm back here. So if I go back into my YouTube studio and I click comments, there's two tabs here. One that's published, one that's held for review. If I click held for review, there'll be a list of things that are held for review. After everybody started telling me, because I don't see them because they get flagged and thrown into review. After everybody started telling me, I came in here and I found all of them and saw what they were. At that point, I have the option to ban them from my channel. So whoever that was can never put anything on my channel again. They'll have to create a whole new thing. You also notice that it said John of New had my picture, but it was John of New with numbers and stuff behind it. My channel is John of New, not John of New 8762245, whatever it was, right? John of New, that's the fastest way to know it's not a scammer. My channel is John of New with nothing else. So in this option, you have the opportunity to ban them from the channel, delete them, throw them away. I often don't even look in the reviews because I'm so busy. But if someone were to put like a link in one of their comments, it goes to review. Sometimes I never see it, and they periodically remove them every 60 days. So if I don't get to it within 2 months, it's just gone. Here's the other bad part about it is if you're a fast typer and sometimes forget to put a space after a period, YouTube will flag it as a link, and it won't make it into the comments. So most of the time, when something disappears off there, it's not me that's doing it; it's YouTube. The only time that I ever hide someone from the channel directly from comments is when they're abusive to one of you or to me, and if they're just spewing fear-based stuff, I just hide them from the channel. I don't even give them a second thought. Which brings me back to where I was. Let me see. Go back to. How do you keep the spammers? How do you chat while you're doing a live? When I do a live stream over on the Live Loving live stream, I have Marcy, my friend, being a moderator. And so she has the ability to put people in timeout if they say something with. She can say can't comment for a certain amount of time. She can ban them entirely right in there. So I have someone there who's watching it. For these live streams, these are a little smaller, and so I wanted to. I just do all this myself, and the majority of my channel is me doing it myself. How do you add sounds? Is a soundboard? Is it a soundboard button? Well, actually, if you have a software like Ecamm Live, you have all kinds of sounds that you can throw in here. Let me see if I can find something. So if I yay. Right, there's all kinds of things. I have music in here that I have for stuff. You can add all kinds of sounds in, and there's all kinds of sounds. If you're looking for royalty-free music, there's a site called Epidemic Sound, which is a subscription service. But there's another one. If you go look up Incompetech, and the guy's name is Kevin MacLeod, spelled the correct way, Macleod, Kevin MacLeod. He has royalty-free software, but you have to put in your description the royalty license. Yeah, he does really good stuff. It's free. His stuff is free. Epidemic Sound is a subscription. So that I have very few that I use. So that's where I get most of my stuff. Yeah, actually the teleprompter for a Zoom call is actually perfect, and the reason is because you have much more engagement. Most people, when you see them on a Zoom call, they're looking down at their screen. Yeah, that's right. And they're never really engaged. But by looking directly in, I almost never use the teleprompter feature itself. I typically use it just for this reason, so that I can be engaged. It also helps me when I'm doing a video. I'm looking directly at my own image in the Ecamm software. So that to me is great. Hello, Murkum. Welcome, India. I loved India when I traveled through India. It was wonderful. I had a great time. My favorite India story, though, we were in a car with a guy who was driving. My friend Anup tapped me on the shoulder. He says, "Watch this." He leans up to the driver. He says, "What are the lines in the road for?" And the driver says, "I think they're for the buses." They had no idea what the lines were for. Loved it. Oh, well, see that? And this is you learning English by immersing yourself in it. That's beautiful, like we said earlier. Yeah, this is the thing I was talking about with Marcy, the live stream shorts. I don't like them personally for myself. My friend Marcy loves them and adores them, and they're very easy. I will tell you, if your goal is to get monetized, it will take you forever to do it, because it's much harder to get monetized doing shorts. Yeah. Sorry, you're staring back at yourself, Kayla. What is it? I'm not sure. What is a creator fee? I have no idea what that question's about. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. Hi, CR7. Yes. So the video I did earlier showing what my iPhone looks like. I use it in landscape mode, not portrait mode. Landscape mode, not portrait mode. But if you're doing shorts, you would use it this way. You would shoot in portrait mode. And what's cool about YouTube, you open up the YouTube app, and you can actually, at the bottom of the page, it'll say create a short. You can create it right there in the moment. And you can do some editing. You can even put some text on it right in your phone. So shorts are easy that way. But like I say, it really depends on what your goal is for your channel. If you want to make a successful channel, you're going to want to get a little bit longer content, just to get your watch time up and do it. And for me, like I say, I'm a verbose person. I like to talk. How are you, chat? I'm not sure what that's about. Impressive, LCSAM. Thank you very much. Jump down. Hello from Poland. Hello, Poland. Yeah, it does look intimidating. But the most of the wires that you're seeing is from my main desk on the other side. Right now, I've got a wire from the mic into the wave into the Cal Digit. I have a USB from the Makose to the Cal Digit, and all the other wires that you see are plugged into a power strip for the lighting, basically. I have my ZV1 plugged in with a Camlink 4K into the back of my thing. So the wires may look intimidating, but this desk is actually extremely simple. The other desk, however, it's got like 4 cameras going on. It's got video switchers, scene selectors. It is a much bigger deal over there. I'm using my simple desk today. I love when emojis come through this way. So it makes me laugh. I am having a great day so far. Thank you. Oh, now I get it. Oh, good. Well, I love a good joke. Thank you, Bright Love. I give you N-word pass. I have no idea what that means. Yeah, Marcy is my chat bouncer, and Marcy, who I just love and adore, has been an amazing help for me. I live in the United States, Dorakshan, specifically Ohio. Yes, I am in America. Oh, yeah, I love this. Okay, ready? Poof. Right in Ecamm, one of the windows I have open right now is comments and reactions. And all I have to do is, if I want to make your comment appear on my screen, I just hover over your face and this little figure comes up. I click it and it throws it up on your screen. If I click it again, it drops right back off the screen. Yeah, I'll talk about this really quickly. I've been flagged by this once, and I fixed it instantly. If you put something up that's copyrighted material, YouTube will absolutely flag it. If you have a monetized channel, you will never be able to make money off of that video, but the person whose copyrighted material it does will. Now, you have the option of taking it down or putting it up. How I got flagged was I did a live stream early on with Tamra Zoner, and I asked her to sing a John Denver song, the Annie song, and because I wanted to talk about something in that song, and we sang that song, and it got copyright flagged, and I had to pull it down. But yeah, you can get, the more you use copyrighted material, the faster you'll get kicked off of YouTube. Are there other ways to increase watchers other than hosting live? Actually, hosting lives does not give you a lot of watch hours. Even my biggest live streams have only given me a very, very few watch hours. I'll tell you the biggest way to grow a YouTube channel, and you guys have probably seen me do it over and over again. I reach out to other YouTubers who have bigger channels than mine, and I say, this is my story. Would you be interested? Of course, for me, Alex Ferrari, he made my channel explode twice. He jumped my... a year ago, I had 4,000 subscribers. Because of Alex Ferrari, I have 20 now. And it literally is about getting yourself, because as I said earlier, you're the brand. You know, getting yourself in front of some other audiences so they come and follow you. Once they start following you, you get the YouTube, you get those watch hours really quickly. I started my second channel last March, I believe, March or April. It monetized in 4 weeks. had 4,000 watch hours just like that. Because what I did was I leveraged my audience, say, check out my other channel, and it leveraged it really, really fast. So now let's talk about it's quite challenging to host lives when you're a busy schedule outside of creating content. Like I say, I don't host very many lives. I use one every other week, and these two that I did this weekend was I've never done these before, but I like doing the lives because I'm talking directly to people. That's the only reason I do. I do them because I like them. But how do I do what I do every day like that? Oh my gosh, right? People get really kind of upset sometimes when they find out I don't make a video every day. Will sometimes go in the studio for an 8-hour day, and I'll make 10 videos, and I'll put them on in queue, scheduled to release. As I showed earlier on this one, I have videos scheduled out to March 23rd right now, and I'm really glad that I did, because I had ones that are booked out, and then I had a couple deaths in the family, and I had to go deal with that stuff. So suddenly, I had videos going out every day, but I wasn't here. So it's actually really good. One of my favorite YouTube channels is a channel called Trenton Alley, and their videos are usually a few weeks behind because they put them up and they allow themselves some time they give themselves a buffer. And I wholeheartedly suggest, if you can get a day to make a whole bunch of videos. Now, if you want to do what I did, was I started just making 2 videos a day until I was way ahead, and then that makes it much easier. And you're like I said, your content, your hours will grow. I'm gonna get ready to wind this thing down here in a second, guys. So let me just jump down here. Yeah, well, actually, I as I've said, I pay for Adobe Creative Cloud because that's the editing softwares I use. I pay for the professional version of Canva because I use so much of it. It's great. I pay for Ecamm Live because it's an annual subscription for the software, and they are awesome. They continually bring in new features and upgrade it. That is, if I could toot one horn, it would be Ecamm Live and this Makosa camera. But yeah, but you don't, like I say, you could, if you have a Mac especially, you can edit it in iMovie for free. You can do all the stuff I'm talking about pretty much for free. The one thing you'd have to do is get better audio, because as I said in that one video earlier, people will watch a bad video with good audio, but they will not watch a good video with bad audio. So it really comes down to making sure your audio is to point. Thank you, LC, for coming by. I am winding this thing down. Okay. Kevin, I'm sorry, Keith, I will be putting the coffee warmer in the description, an Amazon link to the coffee warmer, so you can get your own. And once again, that's an affiliate link, so I'll get half of 1 cent off of that. Let's see. Well, recording it's going to take you more than an hour, absolutely. Editing it's going to take you more than an hour because you're going to have to go through and trim and do all kinds of things. So you're going to have a few hours into an hour-long video. Most of my videos, you'll notice, are 10, 15, sometimes 5 minutes long. And you'll also, as I showed earlier when I was showing Photoshop, I have a template where I drag it in and I do things very quickly. So I can edit one of my 10-minute videos in less than 15 minutes. But yeah, the longer your video, the longer your editing process is. But you're not going to make an hour-long video every day unless you're Alex Ferrari, who's interviewing somebody and using their content to fill in the time. So and Alex does a great job, and I couldn't do what Alex does because I couldn't have the amount of time. He puts out an hour-long video every day. It's crazy. Okay, guys, I'm winding down. I'm going to try to zip down and see if there's any. I love this. Controversial. Well, what's interesting is when you put up a video, they ask you if you're monetized. They ask you if it's controversial. I always say no. They double check me. They say, "Oh, you don't have anything controversial." I had somebody at YouTube early on who didn't believe what I believe and just went through and flagged a whole bunch of, bunch of my videos. And I went back to YouTube and I said, why are these flagged? Are you saying that I can't talk about my spirituality on your channel? And they pulled it all off, and I have not had a problem since. But I'm also very specific. If I ever say a dirty word, it's usually by accident, and usually I'll edit that out. Sometimes I don't. But those will flag you because people do not want to have that sort of thing. But I've talked about things like suicide and hell. I've talked about Hitler. I've talked about all those things, and they've never gotten flagged. So, yeah, it hasn't been an issue for me really. Okay. Harry, thank you. I'm glad you found us. Last question. When making video, would you suggest, I'm not sure what you're asking, a single category. You mean if you're talking about niche, my niche is basically consciousness or spirituality, right? My channel is me speaking my truth. I tend to lean towards spiritual topics, so my channel is definitely a spiritual channel. So that is my niche. I would suggest choosing something that you know, something that you love, something you're passionate about, and just stay in that lane because you're going to find an audience that'll definitely listen if that are on the same wavelength. I hope that answers. Okay, guys. Well, this has been a lovely live stream. I hope you got a lot out of it. And like I say, I'll put the link in there, and I'll add the coffee warmer in there just for you, Keith. If you have any more questions, go ahead and put them in the comments under the video. It's been absolutely wonderful talking to you guys. Like I said, if you decide you want any of the equipment, they're in the links. They are affiliate links. If you click them, even if you click them and then go shopping for other stuff you want to buy, because you came to Amazon through the affiliate link, affiliates get more off of every sale because you came through that link. So I just want to let you know because I like being completely open. But anyway, thank you guys. You have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. See ya. Bye-bye.